Hello, my name is Julie and this is KS Mom Crochets. Today is going to be a crochet tag video. I was tagged by Llama Mama Kayla and the Never Have I Ever crochet version tag video. And there are 30 questions, so I'm just going to jump right in and answer these questions. So number one is, have you ever crocheted in public? Yes, I have. I have crocheted at the doctor's office before, and there was one doctor that was very interested in what I was doing. I remember I was making granny squares, and I had took my father to the doctor, and she just was very interested in what I was doing, which was kind of cool. But I don't really go anywhere a lot that I have to sit and wait. So I don't do that very often. Crocheted in a car? No, I haven't. Most of the time, I am the one doing the driving, or if I'm not, I haven't ever tried because usually I can't read or even really look at my phone much while I'm riding in a car because I get sick. So I haven't tried that one. Crocheted outside? Yes, I have. I like to crochet on my back porch sometimes when it's really nice out. Crocheted at work? No, I haven't. I usually take my breaks in my car and it's dark outside so I can't see, and I talk to my husband on my breaks most of the time. Soldier crochet? No, I have never done that either. I have been offered money to make things, or I have been asked, well, will you make me this and I'll pay you for it, and I always say no. I would rather just gift the things that I make. I don't want that pressure. I feel like that nothing I make is ever going to be perfect, and I don't want to feel like that it has to be. I think that that would take the fun out of it for me. So whenever someone asks me, will you make me something and I'll pay you, I always say no, I'll just make it for free. And another reason too is I was offered, not, I think it was only a couple of years after I had started crocheting, someone had asked me to make them a hat and that they would pay me for it, and I told them no, that I would just make it for them and give it to them for free. And then I sent them a picture of it, and it was actually a really cute hat, and I never heard from them again. So I just no, I don't think I'll ever do that. Have you ever given crochet as a gift? Yes, I gift probably 90% of the things that I make. I give it away to somebody. A lot of times I don't know who I'm going to give it to, and then somebody will come over, or I don't know, I'll just think of somebody to give it to. I have been keeping, as you can see, a lot of the things that I've made here lately. I need to start giving some stuff away. I'm kind of getting a little bit too much. Have you ever received crochet as a gift? Well, I only know two people that crochet or did crochet, and that was my grandmother. She made me a blanket. I've showed it a couple times now on my videos, and she also made me Barbie doll dresses, and she made me a baby doll, like it's got like the hood that you put the baby doll in and wrap it up in. And I reconnected with an aunt last year that I hadn't talked to in many, many years, and she actually sent me a crochet doily in the mail, which I thought was awesome. And that is one of the reasons why I started liking to make those. Have you ever hoarded yarn because it was on sale? Yes, that is why I have all this yarn behind me. It's because it was on sale. I normally do not buy yarn unless it's on sale, unless it's really cheap to begin with. So yeah, definitely, I'm sure I'm not alone in that. But it's kind of hard, you know, yarn is getting really expensive, so if it's on sale, you should really just buy it, you know, because and I've been noticing that the sales are not as good as they were like a couple years ago. Like, yarn is, even when it's on sale, it's like you're paying what it was full price before, I feel like. Have you ever spun your own yarn? No, I have not. I think it's really cool that people can do that, but I've never had the desire to really ever learn, and I doubt that I ever will. I would rather just buy it myself, you know, like go to the store or whatever. Have you ever spent hours looking at patterns? Yes. I always say that Pinterest and Etsy and Ravelry, that they are just a big rabbit hole, like you just fall in, and yeah. And like on Ravelry, I will have a specific yarn that I want to use, and I will search it up, and you can look at projects that people have made with that specific yarn. I'm always looking at patterns, looking through my books. I find so much inspiration from things like that. Even the catalogs that I receive in the mail from like Hirschner's or Mary Maxim, I get inspired just from seeing like the colors that they used in their blankets. Like, I may not buy that kit that they have for sale, but the colors that they used in the blankets, I mean, I've used that to you know, put colors together for a different blanket or whatever. Have you ever stayed up all night to crochet? Well, I work third shift, so I am up all night anyway. So the nighttime is like my daytime. So yes, I have definitely stayed up all night to crochet. And another way that I can answer that is, have you ever just stayed up too late, like it'd be time for bed, and you know, I'll just be like, one more row, I can do one more row. So yes, I definitely do that. Canceled plans to crochet instead. I don't think I've ever done that. No, I don't think I've ever canceled plans. I don't ever really have a lot of plans though, so I would rather be home crocheting, I know that. Taking on a huge project. I feel like anytime you make a blanket, that's a huge project. If that means like a complicated project, I've tried and I usually end up not sticking with it. So that goes into number 14, which is gotten bored with a project. Yes. Like, I have up in the top, I have whips that I've had, and I'm like, I'll get back to that one day. I'll do that one day, and they're still sitting there. So yes. I can't, I feel like life's a little bit too short to make yourself work on something that you don't want to, that you're not feeling, you know. So I usually just move on, and if I get back to it, I do, and if I don't, I don't. And I really need to go through all my whips and like just decide to either keep or toss. Have you ever skipped work to crochet? No, I haven't. I hate calling into work. I always feel like I'm letting my coworkers down. So I would never do that. I mean, I have to be really, really sick in order to call in. Like, I don't like doing that. Had a project ruined by a pet. Yes, I have. My dogs, I have two dogs, Bella and Lucy. They're Boston Terriers, and they love yarn. They love every blanket that I make, and they are notorious for scratching and making a nest. That's what I say. They're making a nest, and they just dig and dig, and they haven't ever really ripped anything. No, not that I can remember, but they make it where it looks like it's peeling really bad. And then I think it's ruined then because it doesn't look nice anymore, if that makes sense. Have you ever had a project ruined by a child? No. I have ruined a project before. I have spilt coffee all over my. I'm worse than a child sometimes, I'm telling you. I have spilt coffee all over a project before, but it didn't get ruined. I just put it in a pillowcase and washed it, and it was fine. But I have done that before. Crocheted something wearable. I don't really crochet a lot of wearables. I have made like the cocoon, what is it called? The cocoon cardigan or something, or it's like a blanket that you like, and you make like a huge granny square and you sew up the sides. I've made that for me and for my daughter. I have made a poncho for Caitlin that she wears over a dress that she has. I like making hats sometimes. I don't make them a whole lot, but I do like making hats sometimes, and I've made cows before. But as far as like shirts and like things like that, I tried to make a shirt one time. It's up there. it's up there. It was turning out really nice, but like I said, I got bored and I just quit. Maybe one of these days I'll get back to it. Crocheted toys or amigurumi. I love making toys. I love making amigurumi. That is my number one favorite thing to make. I've always, like I started out crocheting, making those, and I love it. I love seeing them come to life, and I feel like they take on their own little personalities, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it so much. Have you ever bartered with your crochet? No, I haven't ever done that. I've said, I'll make you this, or if you really want it, I'll make it. I don't think I've ever said, well, if you do this, I'll, no. Made crocheted items to donate. No, I haven't, and I really would like to. I don't really know how you go about doing that in your area, like how you find out if people accept things. My father-in-law was in the nursing home for a really long time, and I would love to do that. I would love to give to those people especially because he had dementia, so he was in the Alzheimer's unit, and a lot of those people are alone, and I know that's kind of like downer, but it's the truth, and they would probably love stuff like that. So I really do need to look into that about making things to donate. Have you ever had more than 5 whips at one time? Yes. I think I probably have 5 right now. Or maybe more, I don't know. I'm trying to work through them. That is my goal this week, is to work through my whips so I can start some new things. Received yarn for a holiday or birthday? Yes, that is my favorite thing to get. My husband always says, he has actually FaceTimed me in the store before and was like, which colors do you want, for like an anniversary or something when I first started crocheting. Now he usually just is like, here's some money, buy what you want. My sister bought me yarn for Christmas one year, and I about died because that was the first time that she had ever bought me yarn, and I loved it. I loved it. I always say that's the easiest thing that you can do, is just buy me yarn. It doesn't matter if I have it already or whatever. I'll use it. But sometimes people don't do that, and I wish that they would. unraveled a project to start something else. Yes, I've done that before. Or just got tired of working on it and put the yarn up and then ended up using it later. Um, uh, or I have also like messed up on a project, like maybe it wasn't coming out how I wanted it, and I've started over the same project working off the one that I messed up on. Have you ever designed a crochet pattern? No, I haven't ever designed a crochet pattern. I have designed my own like hanging thing for my whip caddy. I will pop in a picture of that. It's just a bunch of granny squares put together to hold my like little notebooks like this one, you know. But that's the only thing that I've ever made that I didn't like actually go buy a crochet pattern. Like I made it myself. I sewed it together and figured it out. But the flowers that are on that were actually a YouTube tutorial, so I didn't make the flowers on my own. Have you ever published a crochet pattern? No. I like working from other people's patterns. I don't know if I would ever make my own patterns or not. I'm not going to say that I never would, but I feel like there are so many patterns that I want to make that have been designed by other people that I don't have time to make right now, that I just don't know how I would ever have the time to come up with my own. Have you ever worked with crochet thread? Yes, I have tried the number 10, and my eyes are too bad. I can't see my stitches really well with the number 10 thread, but I do love using the number 3 crochet thread to make doilies and things like that. Have you ever taught 1 to 5 people to crochet? I am actually teaching my daughter Caitlin right now how to crochet. She is the first and the only person that I have ever tried to teach to crochet, and I feel like that it's going really well. So I'm going to say yes, I've taught Caitlin. Have you ever taught 5+ people to crochet? No, just Kate. That's it. And number 30, which is the last question, have you ever dyed your own yarn? No, I have not. I guess you can dye acrylic. I don't really know a whole lot about it. I've watched people's videos before where they've done that, but I know a lot of times when they do dye yarn, it's wool, and I can't really use wool. It bothers me, which I haven't tried a lot of different kinds of wool. The only wool that I've ever tried is the Caroline cakes that have wool in them, and from Michael's, and I could not use it. I don't know if it was just that one, but ever since I tried to use those, I just stay away from it because I'm afraid that I will spend money on it and then not be able to use it. So I want to say thank you to Kayla, Llama Mama Kayla, for tagging me in this video. It was a lot of fun answering these questions. I am going to tag a couple people. No pressure. You don't have to do it. It's not a big deal if you don't feel like it or you don't have time. I understand we all have lives, you know, but I will tag a couple people. And I'm going to tag Kelly from Crochet Ma for Life. I'm also going to tag Caroline from For the Love of Crochet, and I'm going to tag Abby from Blue Hearts Crochet, and I'm going to tag Rebecca from Yarn and Pajamas. So if you all don't want to do this tag, it's fine, but I had a lot of fun and maybe you all will too. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you all want to answer some of these questions in the comments, that would be so much fun to read. But thank you all for watching, and I will be seeing you all real soon in another video. Bye.